Hi Trinity Fitness Warriors, I'm Jason Palmisano, founder and CEO of Trinity Fitness, getting ready to take you through a typical Trinity Fitness warm-up. Warm-ups are really important because it prepares our body for more intense activity. 3 elements that our warm-ups always encompass. Number 1, we want to elevate our heart rates. Number 2, we want to lubricate the joints. Number 3, we want to create muscle memory so we go into the battle and our bodies are well prepared. All right, so number 1, elevate the heart rate. Several ways you can do that from home battles. Typically, my favorite is to go for a 2-minute slow jog. Gets me a little bit warmed up, elevates my heart rate. If you don't want to do that, there are some other things you can do, like jump rope for a couple of minutes, or you can do a series of jumping jacks. You can do lateral jumps back and forth, front to back and forth again, back into jumping jacks, and do that for a series of 10 minutes. That should be, or not 10 minutes, 2 minutes. That should be sufficient to elevate your heart rate. At that point, let's start lubricating the joints. We're gonna start at the top and work our way down, and we've had some help with some great physical therapists on developing this warm-up. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is just some shoulder rotations. Notice I'm going forward, small circles, and then I'll go a little bit larger for a few rotations, and then I'll go large circles and just open up the chest cavity in that way. After that, I'll start again with small circles, but this time I'll be going backwards, and then a little bit larger, and then large circles back. Now, any of these movements that I'm doing, if you feel like you need to stop and work on that movement a little bit longer, hang out with that particular warm-up activity, feel free to do that, okay? This is your body. You warm it up the way you feel, where you need more warm-up, less warm-up, all those good things. Okay, so from after the arm circles, I'll just shake it out and I'll go right into tag throws as if I'm grabbing the tag on the back of my shirt and I'm throwing it down. Okay, I'll do this about 5 times. And then from there, I'll go into shoulder activation, which mimics our crossover symmetry band. So what you don't want to do is just simply go through the motions of shoulder activation without giving yourself some tension on your shoulder girdle, okay? Do it as if you are pulling on these bands. Some of my favorites that I like to do are upright rows, and I'll just keep my arms parallel with the floor, and I'll pull back with my elbows. Okay, and I'll do this about 7 reps, giving myself tension in the shoulder blades. After that, my feet are at hip width. I've got a slight lean forward, keeping my core nice and tight, and I'll go into what we call T's right out here. But again, I'm not just flopping my arms up in the air, I'm actually pulling with my shoulder blades, activating my shoulders. From there, I'll stay in this same position and go into Y's or victory pose right up in here. Notice in the T's my arms are straight, Y's my arms are straight, okay? And I'll go 7 reps here. So you got upright rows, T's, Y's, 7 reps each. From there I'll start working my way down now, trunk rotations, and I'll hit, 10 of these. Really, the number is not so much as important as you feel your body loosening up, your joints are getting lubricated, you're getting ready to move. From there, I'll move further down into hip rotations. For me, I like to do at least 3 in each direction. And then from there, I'll go further down to toe heel. So I'll touch my toes, touch my heels, come back up, reach to the sky. Toe, heel, back up, toe, heel, back up. Again, I'll hit that about 5 times. And then from there, that stretches all the posterior chain. From there, I'll hit the front of my legs. I like to hold on to something for this, my quads, and we want to keep our warm-up dynamic. That is, we want to stretch our muscles and joints through the range of motion while we're moving. Static stretches, that'll be our warm-up, our cool-down video. So I'll hold this for 2 or 3 seconds, switch, because I want to keep it dynamic, hold for 2 or 3 seconds, If you're looking for a greater stretch in the quad and hip flexor, arch your back slightly. Notice my knees are right next to each other. My bent knee is pointing straight down to the ground. And I'll do this about 3 times each side. From there, I'll go to the floor into our pike position. So my hips are going to be elevated because I want to stretch my Achilles and my calves out. And so I'll just go back and forth, Achilles and calves. Do that until you feel a good stretch and you're warming up. Then from here, I'm going to lower my hips into the plank position. My right leg comes up, foot comes beside my right hand. I'm going to drop my elbow down, reach across and up. And I'll do this 4 or 5 times. Again, if you need more, do more. Okay, from there, drop my elbow down, get a little bit deeper of a stretch. Personally, from this position, I like to then keep my rear knee elevated off the ground, and I'll just work hip rotations here, like warming up my hip flexors a little bit more. I'll go 3 in each direction, and then I'll drop my trail knee, and I'll come into a Samson stretch. I'm going to turn sideways for you on this, because it's very important in the Samson stretch. You keep a 90-degree angle in your knee joint. We don't want the knee coming in here and then leaning forward. As you can see, that puts a lot of unnecessary stress on the knee joint. So keep that 90-degree angle. Move your hips forward and your shoulders back so you have a nice C-curve in your back and your spine. Interlock your fingers right up overhead. We'll hold this for about 5 seconds. Come back, hit the hamstring. Okay, and you can hold these for 5-10 seconds or so. After that, I'm going to come back up to my plank position, and I'm going to do a slow count push-up, a negative push-up down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come right into the seal stretch here. And I'm literally going to press my shoulders to the floor. If you like to, you can rotate your hips, shoulders a little bit. From here, I'll roll back into the child's pose position, and I'll reach my fingertips forward. I'll put right over left, press my left shoulder to the ground, come back to the other side, left over right, press my right shoulder to the ground. And then from there, we're going to repeat what we did on the right side to the left side. Plank position, left foot up. Left foot beside left hand, drop the elbow down, reach across, and rotate up. Again, hitting 4 or 5 reps, and if you need more, do that. From there, I'm going to go right into my hip rotation again. Just really warming up the hip flexors, hip joints, and 3 in each direction there. Then I'm going to drop the trail knee, get ready for the Samson stretch, keeping the 90-degree angle in the knee joint. Hips forward, shoulders back, interlock the fingers, and we'll hold this for 5-10 seconds. After that, lean back again, hamstrings. Okay, and from there, come right back into another negative push-up at a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Press the shoulders to the floor. Child's pose one more time. And from there, you're ready to go into the last portion of the warm-up, which is the muscle memory. I like to include exercises that are in the Trinity Fitness Battle into the muscle memory. So for example, if the workout consists of push-ups, sit-ups, and squats, I may do 7 to 10 push-ups, 7 to 10 sit-ups, 7 to 10 squats. I'll take my time, I'll work the muscles and joints through their full range of motion. Now you're ready for the Trinity Fitness Battle. All right, let's go get them.